Pam eventually does meet up with James here inside the factory, but that's not until later, and she does it on her own while trying to trick someone else who works for Sanchez. But like they're trying to explain how his character is and stuff, and it's like it's okay. I feel like it's a little bit over the top in like, you know, ways that most people wouldn't normally act, but it is what it is. Also, one thing I gotta give super praise for, Pam is actually Pam. That's the real girl from License to Kill, 1989. Son of a bitch. That's pretty cool. Again, I like when stuff like this does this. Also, I didn't notice it because it's really good. This isn't Daniel Craig. It's just a damn good impression, and yeah, I like that. I think that's pretty cool. Excuse me. Thank you. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I like the idea of like if you can't get the real thing, get the next best thing, which is. Can this please stop happening to me? Every fucking time a grenade's near, I leave, and then it's like, you didn't leave. I just don't want to be grenaded. Like, am I asking for so much? And stop shooting me from literally nowhere. I don't know where you are. Oh my god. I'm just gonna go over here, and you guys can come find me, and we can talk about this like adults after I blow your head off. Like adults. Defensive position. Are we done yet? No? You're probably the one who's been annoying me for like 10 years. Also, I feel like it's kind of funny how, like, they kept picking missions. I mean, I feel like they picked this one purely because it had lighter in it, and they're like, it saves us from having to make new models, so they just got to recycle the same one. I feel like that was a purpose.
What's your current position, 007?
I'm in Sanchez's drug labs.
Good. Document all you can about the process Sanchez is using to blend his drugs into the petrol. He may be the first drug kingpin to do this, but he certainly won't be the last.
I hope you understand there is no backing out.
Yeah, this was a critical stealth area, but there was supposed to be dialogue that said, James, be careful, don't set off the alarm, but that dialogue wasn't there because instead it was M talking about dumb shit, which she's not even supposed to be talking about because MI6 doesn't have anything to do with James Bond in this fucking film. Way to go.
So now that you're in my operation, and I've outlined its scope, I hope you understand there is no backing out. You're in for life.
I knew that when I took the money from the evidence room.
Good. But just so you know, I will not tolerate any form of disloyalty. No matter
Did you hear about Dario?
Braun
says he's got a man's heart out.
That's
and
naughty.
your family
Did
and
you
your
hear about the
friends,
courier in Scali?
and you'll watch every moment of their agony.
They fed
Then
him to
once
a
I'm
shark.
done,
Feet
I'll go
first,
to work on you.
while she was still alive.
I understand.
Good. Then it seems we have an understanding. Let me show you the last stages of the process.
I want to show you one more room. Then we'll go upstairs to my office and finalize the terms of our friendship.
Señor Sánchez, un momento. Es importante.
Por supuesto. Will you excuse me for a moment? I'll be right back.
Pam.
James, were you listening? I think we've got enough to hang him.
I still haven't found his terrorist connection.
His office is on the second floor. I'll keep him busy.
This is our loading depot. We're preparing a delivery right now. We send out 3 or 4 convoys a week.
Those men over there, what language are they speaking? It's not Spanish.
You're surprisingly observant for an American.
Meaning?
Most people focus on what's in the back of the tanker, not on who's driving it.
Don't tell me. You're smuggling terrorists.
I hate the word. I prefer to look at it as one man's terrorist is another man's profit center. Come. There's lots more I want to show you.
I seriously can't wait for this game to shut up so I can talk. Like, so many times I've tried talking, and it won't let me. Yeah, I think you're fine. Yeah, that very first guy I took out during the critical stealth segment, sometimes you just get unlucky, and the two guys standing by the camera just notice him, and if they just happen to notice him by RNG, you fail. It's...
You're the new guy around here.
It's purely random. And that's what irritates me the most. Thankfully, again, it's just one room. It's not that big of a deal. But it's still fucking annoying. Now, what you need to do is touch this doohickey. This doohickey. Try to, like... There's so much to say. Not enough opportunity of time to say. I can't even do it like that. That doesn't work. That doesn't work either. So that way's gotta be green, which means that way's gotta be blue. Which means this has to be facing this way. But that can't be right. It can face... No. Because that has to be blue and green. And then I just flipped this. That was the mistake I made. Like that. And then turn you to green. And then turn you to green. There. Brains! I think, assuming you understood my summary of the film, I basically covered everything pretty damn well. I don't really feel like I did a good enough job or enough justice. That's actually kind of funny. But yeah, that's it. Another thing about the story, assuming I can talk. So far, so good. It acknowledges Bond was previously married. And I thought that was kind of cool, especially because, again, it ties in with Her Majesty. So it's actually a little bit clever how, you know, how they picked Her Majesty, Goldfinger, and then this. I mean, they didn't really have a choice but to pick Her Majesty, but like it ties in two films kind of well, and I do enjoy that. That's nice.
M here.
I'm uploading proof of Sanchez's terrorist connection. Counterfeit passports, visas, bank connections. They drive his drugs across the border.
Good work. On my authorization, you are officially cleared to eliminate Sanchez.
I don't think I did this one last time. But yeah, no, remember, Sanchez is not a terrorist at all. He's just a drug dealer. It's just a vengeance. Turn back the other way. Like this. It's just a vengeance story. MI6 has shit to do with it. That doesn't work anyway. We gotta do... None of this works. Okay, hold on. We actually gotta be a little bit thoughtful. And then you gotta turn a little bit to... Now we go this way. Like that. And then you right here. That one required a tiny bit of a brain. Yeah, I didn't do this during the playtest. Whoops. Trying to think what other things to say about a game and what they did wrong. Mentioned not Daniel Craig, mentioned Pam being Pam. The fucking dialogue, I can and will kill you. Like, they're trying so hard to portray who Fran Sanchez is, but that cutscene's super annoying to me because that's not the way he talks at all. He's very, I don't know, calm, collected, professional. Like, he never loses his cool or says or threatens anything. Loyalty is important to him, yes, but he doesn't.
This is where we process the drugs. Chop them up, synthesize their chemical compounds, and combine them with the gasoline. It was developed by a chemist who works for one of our partners at Russia. I like to think of it as our secret sauce. Let's step back out so we can watch.
I mean, I don't know how to say it, but he's just not like that. Can I use this? No, okay. I was gonna say, that's another thing I didn't touch. Also, I do have this, which I could use to make that stealth section easier, but I didn't utilize it. That uses the switch. These things. I guess I couldn't, and I have to do it. But yeah, technically you can utilize these and then make the stealth part easier. Maybe I'll remember to do that for the last mission of the game, which is also very, very brutal in the stealth department, and I'm not looking forward to it.
Decide to betray the DEA. I knew all that from your blog. Tell me something I don't know.
Like what?
Who's that necklace broadcasting to?
Nobody. I was recording you to protect myself.
James Bond? I got him. The other thing I was thinking about, which, I mean, it's not entirely true, was the idea of picking games that don't really use gadgets. But this film actually does have gadgets, because, again, Q shows up. But the difference is, most of them have been used up by this point. One thing I think is kind of funny is the shotgun's called the camera. And in License to Kill, there is straight up just a camera that acts as a... it's great. That's exactly what happens when you shoot a bullet into glass. There is a gun, a camera that just straight up acts as a gun, but that gets used when he tries to assassinate Sanchez and it doesn't work, and other undercover agents catch him as well. Catch him. I don't know which side of the door they're on. I did want to say for a silencer, just because, you know, it's been on that to-do list, and we need to get out of the way, and we'll go ahead and use you. And we still have stuff, so we can also grab, the way I look at it is the more should I buy, the, less likely I'll need it later. Also, I haven't found a single submachine gun yet, thinking about it. I did do the compensator, didn't I? I guess I didn't on this one. Well, I guess we can grab the compensator. And that'll do. Just for future. I'm thinking about maybe just getting the laser pointer for some more of the guns anyway, just this way all the machine guns don't look the same.
James! Help me!
Who the hell are you?
A friend of Felix Leiter.
Kill him! Kill both of them!
This here's Dario, and you could overhear the guards, maybe. It depends on how well the game decided to pick it up. Would be great if they included subtitles. They talked about this guy ripping out a guy's heart. That was the beginning of the film, where Sanchez catches his girlfriend cheating on him, so he's like, what, did he promise you his heart? Give him his heart. So then they take him out and they kill him. There's something about Dario that I just can't quite place. Like, I feel like he's kind of like, his face just, he's got that familiar look to him. Like, I feel like the best way to describe him was like a Mexican Josh Peck, but I feel like that's also wrong. I don't know, I can't put my finger on it, but he's just kind of got that look to him. So...
James! I can't get this off! We've got to catch up with Sanchez. Let's get to the helicopter.